Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lee Fisher's Always Fishing. Today we're down on my local complex of pits, gravel pits, not far from where I live. And I say not far, it's 30 miles away, just along the coast from where I live, but local enough, you know. It takes me about 3/4 of an hour, 40 minutes to get here, so it's not too bad. Now, today is April the 1st, so it's April Fool's Day, but I'll tell you what, the joke's on me. I can't believe what I did this morning. So I got up at 20 past 5 this morning in order to try and be down here by first light. Left home about 10 to 6, got here by half past 6, you know, dawn was just breaking. Now the rule here is you have to dip all of your landing net, unhooking mat, waist sling in a disinfectant tank. So I got the stuff out, put the waist sling in, put the mat in. Where's the net? I'd only gone and left a landing net at home in the garage, hadn't I? No landing net at all. So I didn't know what to do, you know. I couldn't go down the tackle shop and buy another one because they weren't open anyway. Not that I would have done. 50-60 quid for the cheapest net. You can't share tackle here anyway, so I had no choice. I had to just turn around and go back home. And then of course by the time I turned around and went back home, I got stuck in traffic going back home. It was rush hour by then, you know. It took me an hour to get back home, having taken me 35 minutes to get here. It then took me an hour to get back home. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'll go just to a more local water, tench fishing for the day. But I thought about it, and I thought, no, I really wanted to come down here today. So what I did was I left it for an hour, 3/4 of an hour, because I was going to get stuck in traffic again. I waited until 9 o'clock and then jumped back in the car and then came back down here. So it took me 3/4 of an hour to get back down here. So I've completely wasted over 3 hours this morning. I've driven, what have I driven so far? 90 miles I've driven so far. I've driven 30 miles down here, 30 miles back home, 30 miles to get back down here. And by the time I get back home, it'll be 120 miles, 120 mile round trip just for a day session, and not a full day session at that. An idiot. So I won't be forgetting this April Fool's Day, will I? Anyway, we're here, we're fishing, the rods are out, same as I was fishing last time I fished the pit over the other side for the bream. I'm flatbed feeder fishing, ground bait at pellets and hemp moulded around. Little 6mm wafter hook baits, size 12 hooks, short hook lengths, fishing close in, catapult range. And I'm hoping for a tench. Probably some small bream will show up, but really my main target today is a tench. Right, it's 2 o'clock now and I've absolutely nothing to report. So I've been fishing since about 10:15. So nearly 4 hours, and I've not even had the slightest nibble. Absolutely nothing. You know, I've been recasting every sort of like 3/4 of an hour, putting more feed around the feeder. I've tried casting the left hand one a bit further out. Nothing. Not even a bream bite. So it's clear that there's absolutely nothing in the swim. I've got this cold wind blasting in my face, which has been bearable all the time. The sun's been down on me, but that sun's moving around behind the trees now and I'm in the shade a bit more. So it's starting to feel a bit colder. You know, and we're in April, it should be warming up. So I think I'm going to cut my losses and move over to one of the other lakes on the complex, a lake that I fished last week. It's got a nice head of bream in it and plenty of carp, so I'm going to try and rescue the session, I think, because I'm staring at a blank at the moment. So I'm going to move over there within the next half an hour and see if we can catch something. Well, I've moved around to another lake on the complex, and I've moved around onto the sheltered side. You know, I was getting battered to pieces over on the other lake with the wind in my face. So I've come around on the sheltered, I'd like to say quiet corner, but unfortunately about 10 paces behind me here there's a main A road, dual carriageway, and there's traffic thundering past and you know, all sorts going on there. So it's not going to be noise, it's not going to be quiet, it's going to be really noisy, but at least I'm out of the wind and I'm hoping to catch a few bream, maybe the odd chance of a carp. We'll see. I've got about 4 hours left. I'm going to fish from, it's probably about 2:30 now, so 2:30 or 3 or 4 or 5. Got about 4 hours in this swim. See if we can winkle out something. Well, it's 4 o'clock now, so I've been fishing in here for an hour and a half, and I've had one tiny bream. You know, it's barely 2 pounds, I would have thought. And that's it. I'm just not getting any bites in here. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on today. So I think I'm going to have to move again. I might end up on the little tench pond, the little oh. Talked that one up, didn't I? There I was saying I wouldn't get any bites, and I got a bite bang on cue. Feels like a bream. Finally got a half decent bream. You know, it's been a long old day, but I've got one. Was it worth a 120-mile round trip? Don't know, but it's a fish. April the 1st, alright, what a joke. You're not going to believe it. I was just about to move swims, and I had a run, and a fish charged off, obviously a carp, and the reel handle was spinning backwards, and by the time I got to it the fish had stopped, but the reel had overrun and it all got caught behind the bail arm, and it's caught in an impossible knot and I couldn't undo it. And in the end what I had to do was I had to break the line and tie a knot and then wind back in, and the fish was still on, but it was along the bank and through a load of branches, snagged up. But I managed to get it in. And look at this. Look, what a flipping palaver. Fish is in the net. Look at the flipping great big branch that was on there. God almighty, what a blinking state. Well, I got the branch out. There's the offending branch. I mean, look. It's about 8 foot long. How the hell I got the fish in, I don't know. But anyway, there's the fish. Little tiny little carp. Not even double figures. Ta-da. Well, after the day I've had today, with everything going wrong, you know, all kinds of mishaps, it's only fitting that I've sort of redeemed myself in a way. You know, I was hoping for a carp. I've just landed a carp, looks like a mid-double. I was playing it in and the other rod went steaming off, the reel handle spinning around and everything. Couldn't do anything about it. I quickly got the first one in and then went on to the second one and I got that in as well. So got 2 carp in the net. Excuse the wind noise because I've got a southeasterly smashing into me, but one rod lying on the ground there, one rod propped up, and
two nice double figure mirrors in the net.
Well, that's the first one. Mid double, I think, this one. 14 or 15, something like that. And then of course the other rod tore off while I was playing this one. And I've got this other one. And he's a bit bigger, this one. He's like an upper double, this one. So a mid double and an upper double. Not a bad brace. It's getting a bit hectic now. Getting double takes and everything, and they're all these peas in a pod mirrors around about 15 to 18 pounds. Had quite a few of them now like this. Good fun on the light tench gear and the size 14 hooks and light line though. Well, it's not the prettiest of fish, but it's the first 20 of the day. Just over 20. The fish are really, you know, thick, solid fish. It's almost a leathery sort of mirror, this one. About £20. Another one approaching £20. Good upper double, this one. And literally, as soon as I cast out, I'm not getting a chance to cast the second rod out, and the first rod's away. You know, they're really feeding heavily now as the light's fading. Right, well, I'm just about to pack up. It's about 7:30 now and the light's fading fast. I stayed on right to the last moment because the fish were feeding, you know, carp were feeding anyway. Kind of lost count in the end, you know, I mean, the rods were going off as soon as I cast them out. All the fish were between 15 and 20 pound, you know, 15, several 17s, several 18s, an 18 and a half and one just over 20. I think I had 12 fish in the end. Plus there's the bream, of course, you know, I had the odd bream here and there. Nothing of any size today, mostly sort of 3 and 4 pounders. I think I had one around about 5. But you know, it was a slow start. Well, it was a non-existent start, you know, because I forgot the net and I had to go all the way back home and then come all the way back. And by the time I get home tonight, you know, my 30-mile journey back home tonight, I will have done a 120-mile round trip today for all these fish. So I worked hard for it, you know. You know, talk about April Fool's Day. I was the fool today, leaving me net at home. But anyway, I come good in the end. So that's it for this one, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Cheers.